Can't hear.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Evening, waiting. I have some time to spare, so I should be happy to see whether they pull me out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're just starting now. Let's start. Varsha,
Nice to see you.
same, sir.
I've sent it to all the people I know. Let's see who will join.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
But I said bamboo is part of Suvidha here. Bamboo is so sorry.
Hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Varsha, you can, Risika, you can start. Unmute. Yeah.
Pardon? Yeah,
Now,
I've unmuted.
I have these young
A
kids
very good
who are doing the anchoring of the program. So you'll have to
Okay.
excuse if they falter somewhere. This is architect Varsha. She will be doing the anchoring for the day. Yes, Varsha,
Excellent.
go on.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and warm welcome to all of you for our first program of Bamboo Hubba, the webinar with the curtain raiser and plantation guide from CGVMT School of Simple Living. You have taken out time on Sunday evening for this webinar. This itself is a great step to show your commitments toward the Mother Earth and interest about wonder material bamboo. We have interesting session waiting for you. So without any further delay, let's start. I'm honored to present our esteemed speaker, architect, Professor Neelam Manjunath, who will be presenting curtain raiser for our World Bamboo Day and the Bamboo Hubba 2024. Architect Neelam Manjunath is an architect, planner, scientist, and activist practicing since 1991, known for her sustainable design on focus on bamboo. She has presented her work numerous national and international forums. She serves as CEO of CGVMT Bangalore, where she's been leading R&D and training the bamboo since 1999. I request Neelam ma'am to address the gathering. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rishika. Thank you so much. And I will just share my screen. Yeah. Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
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 Okay, sir. So, very good evening, Sunday evening to everybody. And as you all have gathered here on a Sunday evening, where you would have been having your afternoon siesta, but you have gathered here. And we are most honored by your presence here today and your commitment to Mother Nature and your interest in bamboo. And and we will keep our presentations very brief. We have two presentations. One is this curtain raiser by me here, and then we have Dr. Ramkrishna Hegde, a scientist who will be presenting about the plantation. That will be after this presentation. So this is basically the Bamboo Hubba 2024, and we have this our 15th World Bamboo Day. Why World Bamboo Day? At COP27, bamboo was declared actually as one of the top 5 solutions to mitigate global warming, and replacing traditional housing materials such as carbon and steel with bamboo. It helps reduce carbon emissions caused by the global housing sector. World Bamboo Day is observed on September 18th. It actually started in 2008 in Thailand, in Bangkok, by Mr. Kamesh Salam. He started the International World Bamboo Day. And we do it every year to raise awareness about the bamboo worldwide. And bamboo actually has been a part of life for decades, but hasn't lately been used in many eco-friendly ways. The theme of this year's World Bamboo Day is Next Generation Bamboo, and which highlights the importance of updating and applying bamboo in the modern world and in the current context. It encourages the development of innovative bamboo solutions and the creations of new designs that leverage this adaptable plant. This was about the World Bamboo Day. Now, so we are celebrating 15th World Bamboo Day. So it started, from 2008 to 2009, actually. So we are celebrating that. And CGBMT has been at the forefront in advocacy, education, promotion, R&D and skilling in bamboo sector for the last 25 years. And we have been celebrating World Bamboo Day since its inception in 2009, immediately after it actually was instituted. For our CGBMT also, it is actually 20th year of the registered entity CGBMT. On 26th April 2004, we registered it as a NGO and as a trust and an NGO. So we are celebrating the 20th anniversary of our organization this year. So this is a very special month for us, where we are trying to do all the work related to bamboo. And on the left side, if you see the poster, that's what it actually says. And what we want to do is the way we live, that's how we use the materials that we do. It has to become a part of our culture. And Habba actually means a festival in Kannada, in Karnataka, but this, I mean, for the whole, I'm not just trying to focus on Karnataka, but use our bamboo everywhere. And so it is called, we are calling it Bamboo Habba, where we all meet together. We have the culture of bamboo that had been with us. We have to put it in the next generation bamboo, that, as we say, as it is the theme that we talked about. And how do we apply that in the modern context in our daily life? And that's what this Bamboo Habba theme is about. In all this, there is this program that I have been trying to work since 25 years on bamboo. And I have, sort of compiled the whole aspect of using bamboo in our daily lives into a concept called the Bamboo City, which is a nature-based model for regenerative cities, which everyone has been talking about, how to make cities regenerative as per its resources, water, air, and everything, and all the food. And that's what this whole model that I have been working, and we have taken Bangalore as a case for this. Inception actually has been happening for so many years, but taking it to a scale, to a city where, like you must have heard about a city called Spawn City and other kind of cities. Bangalore actually was a spawn city earlier. We had lakes and we had things like that. And I think there are many cities like that that were there, where there was a very distinct kind of correlation between how to take, you take from nature, but you also replenish, so that we are actually at a regenerative scale. It has actually changed because of rapid urbanization. So in the C40 program, had a Women for Climate program in 2020, and I was already working on this, so we pitched it for that. And that's when it actually, I pulled it up to make it part of the climate action plan for Bangalore City, using bamboo, and take it to the different cities in the whole of the global south, if not everywhere. And as we know, the urbanization and global warming, why bamboo that we are talking about? We have heat islands, we have urban flooding, and every day we are hearing about one disaster or the other. And it is projected that even though we have so much of problem because of rapid urbanization, people are still migrating to the cities. And so the climate action that we are talking about will make or break when we actually don't take care of the cities, if the way we actually look at the development that is going to happen in the cities. And that's where everything becomes, this thing becomes, the model has its importance, that how we are going to do it. So this is a basic project at a glance for Bangalore. The population, the GDP, and we have a project timeline we had taken for 7 years, but looks like we'll have to make it for about 10 years because of so many different kinds of challenges that we have been facing. We have been collaborating with various organizations. The basic thing is, I do not want to really make it very complicated to, here in this webinar. The two programs that we are trying to do, two main actions. One is that we propose to 1 bamboo plant per citizen in the city. A lot of bamboo has flowered in the last 10 years all over the world, and much of the bamboo has died. And then there's a regeneration happening, but not at the scale and the way it should happen. So we have to really look at that in a very concentrated manner. And the second part of the thing is, when you have a bamboo plant, you cut it and it replenishes. We will be talking about the regenerative cycle of bamboo later. We want to use this 30% inclusion of bamboo in the construction and development sector in the city for all different kinds of buildings, projects, infrastructure, landscape, daily usage, and which used to be done earlier. And what this will do to us, the important sectors that can be addressed by these two actions. They are simple, but they are not very easy to do, of course. Housing and infrastructure, urban greening, air quality, water resource management, energy and waste management, and community resilience and well-being. These are the key factors that we will be that it will address by these two actions that we have to take. And these are very common photographs. I'm very sure all of you keep seeing it. And talking about bamboo as a nature-based solution, why we are talking about bamboo in a day where there are others of thousands and thousands of and millions of species that are there otherwise as well. The bamboo has got some very specific properties, which is, as you can see, it is put here. It absorbs 400 kilos of CO2 per plant per year and releases about 300 kgs of O2 per plant per year. It's like that. The fallen leaves, they decompose and fortify the soil. The roots are rhizome roots. So they hold the topsoil together and they prevent soil erosion. It creates a microclimate. So there's a reduction of temperature. There's a reduction. We also have this, air quality that can be increased with this. We also have phytoremediation, which is not just holding the soil together. Bamboo also removes toxins from the soil, and the dust level can be decreased as by almost 70 to 90%. And the replacement to plastic, which there's a very big discussion and debate that's going on around the world, which plastic has been choking, and bamboo can be a very, very, very important and appropriate replacement. Also, renewable energy with bamboo, which I would rather, I'm to advocate renewable energy from waste bamboo, because a lot of work, if we do it with bamboo, whatever we do, a lot of waste comes out of it, which actually can be made into pellets and many other things, forms, charcoal, coal, through which we can actually use it as a renewable energy. And it's a woody grass. It's a grass, so it grows. It keeps growing. Has got more than 1,600 species and 123 genera of bamboo in the world, and we have around 123 species in India also. Yeah, we already have spoken about preventing soil erosion, soil enrichment, and reforestation, and carbon sequestration and regeneration. This is the bamboo regenerative cycle in a very simple, simplistic form. So when you plant bamboo, you have water security, you have CO2 sequestration, which is CO2 absorbed from the atmosphere, and then it releases oxygen in the air, so your air improving the health of the people. And once you have again harvested bamboo, it goes into you can use it for many other ways, locally grown other kind of eco-friendly bamboo products we can use for development, infrastructure, and housing. A bamboo building of a similar strength is 7.1 times less carbon dioxide emits less that much than building with steel and concrete. And this is a building for which we had done a calculation long back way back in 2005, and we found this result actually is a proper calculation result. It's not hearsay. Now the waste from all this can decompose is one thing and provide nutrient to the soil, but we can also use for renewable energy generation. When we compare why only we plant bamboo and why not other traditional trees as well, of course, we should not be planting all bamboo. I don't think we should go beyond 1/3 of the total greening area that we need to do, and we should not do that. But the advantages that we have, the oxygen release, 35% more oxygen, by bamboo, and we have 400, CO2 absorption is much higher, almost double of the other trees. It matures in 3 to 5 years. And once you have cut the culm in a tree, it just gets cut down. And then if the cycle is big, you have lost the tree. But in the case of bamboo, every year new clumps actually emerge. And then you have a continuous supply of oxygen, mitigation of carbon dioxide, and also you get material every year after every year of harvest. And the growth rate is very fast, almost at sometimes as to more than a meter per day. And the material is very lightweight and hollow, but as hard, it's quite hard, and it easily can be cut with different. This is as a construction material also, it has been, it was a main construction material along with mud and lime and local wood for a very, very long time. I think cement and steel, as we all know, has a very small history, very short history at the moment. So earlier to that, all these these kind of materials, and especially bamboo, was being used, and these are some of the properties that we have with them. And if you just compare the conventional building to a building with bamboo, this is a huge cost of production, not just economic, but it also the environmental costs that we have. And there's a highly energy efficient, environment friendly, and the other ones, they create pollution and depletion of natural resources, a reduction of carbon footprints. We have easy construction techniques and cost effective, which can be done by people. Yes, I think there is people have been thinking that working with bamboo is very difficult. It's not difficult. It's actually because people don't want to do construction with bamboo. So the market still is not matured. And because of that, you don't get enough people to do that work. We also had it's like chicken and egg situation, which will probably get remedied down the line. And promotes the vernacular architecture. I don't like the work actually vernacular there. I would rather say appropriate architecture rather than this concrete jungle, and creates local employment. That is the biggest thing that we have here today, because everyone just thinks about people in the top 1% or 0.1% of the total people who are looking for housing and other things and employment, but we are not looking at the large population which actually needs local employment, and that impact is very important. And any natural material, including bamboo and some others, they actually promote that. So this is in a summary what a Bamboo City project climate change mitigation objectives are about reforestation and carbon sequestration, less carbon footprint, controlling air pollution, rejuvenation of water bodies, and energy generation. These are the major these things we have. Now, whether we have, suppose in a city is already developed, how do you actually calculate? So we tried calculating it for Bangalore, and we found that there is enough land available for plantation if we really put our mind to it. So and we have tried to take most of the lands which are degraded lands, and not also the farmland, now grasslands and all that. We're talking about degraded lands because farmlands also should not be touched actually. So we are talking about degraded lands, and we tried to find low density plantation and medium and high density plantation. With that, how we would, if you say about 30%, if we try to have that, what kind of a scenario we have. And now on an average, whether if we use plant so much of bamboo in the next 7 to 10 years, we can actually mitigate 58% of carbon emissions just by these bamboo plantations in the city. And similarly, it can be done in other cities where we actually have a similar scenario. Now, the other main some of the SDGs that I think everyone is talking about SDGs in the language of that, what all it can do. So it can give good health, it can give you clean water and sanitation, it can give you decent work and economic growth. It can also give you a lot of industry innovation infrastructure, sustainable cities, and responsible conjunction and production, and of course, climate action, life on land, and partnership for the goals. So for this whole thing that I talked about so much about the theory, what is the proposed program that we have for you for the Bamboo Hubba? So the first one is the webinar that you have today. I am speaking about this is a curtain raiser kind of a thing, and you would be listening to. I think the first step that we are taking is about the plantation guide that we'll be talking about, so that you all know what actually is and how it is supposed to be done. So this is the first program that we have. And why this plantation thing? Again, one more step further. I'm trying to convince you all is on an average, as I said, the plant produces 300 kilos. And so per day is around 0.82 kgs per day. And as per NASA, the average person needs about 0.84 kilos of oxygen per day. So one bamboo fulfills the oxygen requirement for a person per day. If you take an average life of around 60 years, on an average, a bamboo plant has approximately 40 to 60 years of life. So you have literally have your oxygen kit, an oxygen kit for your life, one plant, one citizen, for in a city. So planting bamboo in existing parks and longer can make oxygen parks and oxygen corridors And this is what then we have: one bamboo, one citizen, your oxygen kit for life. So this plantation we are going to do on 14th and 15th will be further, that's where the main gala program is there at our venue. And there's a QR code here where you can actually book your sapling, and you can pick up the sapling on 14th and also on 15th, 15th we'll be there. You can actually pick up your sapling on that day. And there are various ways of doing it. So we have several programs called Adapter Bamboo, where if you do not have space and you do not have time, we have a plan of planting for you, and that costs you 5,000 for 5 years. You can take that thing and we will be tagging your name in a list properly. And for 5 years, we'll take care of the plant. And at the end of 5 years, you have the harvest ready for you. And then you can decide what you want to do with that harvest of that one bamboo culm. In 5 years, it would have grown quite a bit and have number of bamboo culms there. And the other option could be that you take the plant from us and plant it, and you look after it, and we guide you online. And if you need a guidance and a person to come to your place, that could be on a paid kind of a visit by a scientist or by a consultant who can come and visit or something like that. Or we can have online discussions on that. Or you can simply just take the sapling from us and do it. If you already know things about it, then that can be done. Like, so there are these kind of options that are there. You can always write to us, write to us about this plantation, and we would like to, we would be happy to hear from you. We have floated this art and photography competition. There are 2 competitions actually, and the theme is on mother, bamboo and mother nature. We have the last date of registration is 5th September, and the last date for submission of your entry is about 10th September, because we need at least about 2-3 days, 4 days to have the jury to have the result out. So there also you have the QR code, and I have been floating it in social media and also sending to various mails to various schools and all that. If anybody is interested, they can let us know. In this one, you can also have the art where you can do a painting, and you can also do poems like Letter to Mother Earth or something like that. You can always write and also send. All those options are there in the QR code in the Google Forms that you will find by going through the QR code. We have this 10-day workshop on which we call as Experiencing Bamboo, and we have accommodation available on paid basis. You can also get your tents or camps. We will be making a platform on which you can actually put your tents and be there. And also we have given a list of hotels which are budget hotels which are available nearby. You can always stay there. So we have 3 workshops as part of that. The first workshop is 2 days bamboo plantation workshop, which Dr. Ramakrishna is heading, and he is getting, I think I have put my farmer and person Andila's photo here, but one more scientist and one more farmer also will be joining the team to take part as a resource person for the bamboo plantation workshop. And we have the Experiencing Bamboo. The next pro is 3-day product design workshop, which is from 17th to 19th. And renowned, I think, designer and artist, Mr. Rajiv, I think everyone knows about Windcraft and his different beautiful works that he has been creating. He's a master, trainer and designer. He will be taking a 3-day product design workshop, and you can register for that. This is a QR code. And there's again a construction workshop of 5 days, which is from 20th to 24th. So from 15th to 24th, actually it's a 10-day workshop. You can actually book for all the days, or you can book for any one or any 2, also as you wish to, as per your convenience and as per your requirement. And so this is another 5 days. And then comes our main gala event, which is on 14th September 2024. Though 18th is the World Bamboo Day, people cannot come on the weekday, so we are celebrating on 14th. And this is a big festival that we have lined up for you. We will be having a 12-person bamboo band from Kerala. We are going to have 2 days exhibition. We are going to have plantation, all the saplings that will be distributed on that day. We are going to have a fashion show on that day. And we're also going to have lots of kids games and fun workshops from different kinds. So all these kind of people can actually congregate and they can come on that. So this is from 10:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and lunch will be served there for everyone. So exhibition is for 2 days. You can register for it. We have in this also we have three options, actually 4 options. We have 8x8 stalls, and then we have 4x8, which is like a shared stall. We have a space of A0, which you can actually register for. And for designers, we have a separate one where architects, designers, natural builders, or anybody or product designers, they can give us 2 A2 size posters, and there's a small fee for that. So that is a separate exhibition, but all of them on 14th and 15th. So 2 days, this exhibition will be there and you all can visit on that day. And yeah, and there's a food fest. We are going to have this millet and bamboo combination with other eco-friendly and traditional cuisines. And we are trying to get for you the best people around who will be setting up the stalls there for the and the lunch that will be served to you that day. We are trying to have it as a bamboo lunch on 14th September. We'll have a fashion show, and we are trying to make it more like, here the photographs are all girls, but it's not like that. We'll have children, we'll have men, and we will have women and boys, all kinds. And we are trying to have makers as models. That is a theme this year for us, maker as models, and they will be modeling on that day, and with all sustainable fabric, accessories, and other things like that. We have this music band, BGM band from Kerala. They will be there. And now with all this program, we are a very small team. We are looking forward for people to volunteer for us, with us for Bamboo Hubba 2024. We can do so much more together, and you can lend a hand for us for your future. So you can register now. This is a call for volunteering. Also, you can co-organize the event. There are big organizations and corporate houses. We have a lot of them in Bangalore. You can be a sponsor. You can sponsor one event. You can support with human resource, and you can support with technical expertise. We have floated this poster also in the social media. You can, and we have been sending mails. You can actually organize and part organization, be part of it, partner in it. We will be most happy to take you on the organizing team. And who can attend the event? Anyone and everyone, because since climate affects all, since climate action is for all. What we have been doing all these years, 25 years that I was talking about, skilling, doing advocacy, seminars, webinars, collaborations, skilling through workshops. This is our place where now this is a much earlier photograph where you all will be coming and you will be seeing the work that we have been doing. For this whole bamboo month, my book, Let's Build with Bamboo, is up on sale with a 10% discount from 1st to 30th September. And you can directly book it from our website store, www.cgbmt.org/store. This is what we had, the Bamboo City exhibition that we had done to present it to the Bangalore citizens in the month of January. And then we also in Nagpur, where Nitin Gadkari sir also has expressed his this thing that he wants to make even Nagpur a bamboo city. And we are looking forward to that. And this is my favorite quote: you see things and say why. And I dream things that would never wear, and I say why not. And thank you all for your kind intention. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. It was an honor to hear you. So now, I'm honored to present one more guest. Professor and Head of Department of Civil Culture and Agroforestry, Dr. Ramkrishna Hegde, sir. Sir, over to you.
Good evening to one and all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, first of all, let me thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity to be with you for this program. Yeah, whether my slides are visible.
It's coming, sir. You can do
It's
full
coming.
screen. Yeah,
Okay.
you can do full screen. And start from the
Okay,
beginning.
let me thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this Bamboo Habba. So, my topic of presentation is bamboo plantations for greenery and sustainability. So, in this, I would like to speak something on the selection of species and important aspects of cultivation. So, why we have to go for bamboo is the first issue. Already, Madam Neelam Manjunath has spoken something about this. As you are aware, this bamboo is one of the fast growing woody perennial grass. And there are certain reports that bamboo can attain around 70 to 80 feet in 30 days. So that means to say that in a day it can grow up to 3 to 4 feet, that is up to 1 meter per day. It's very important thing. And in the process of its growth, it consumes a lot of carbon dioxide and all those things, which already Madam has spoken on that. And another important thing is that most of the species of bamboo are evergreen throughout the year. As you are aware that we like greenery in and around us, so definitely if you cultivate bamboo, it is going to be it is going to create evergreen environment in and around us. And as you are aware that it is it is known to produce a lot of bamboo, especially bamboo poles or bamboo shoots, and along with that, it is also produce more oxygen when compared to other woody perennials. And this particular important issue is, when you say cultivation, so most of the people will think that it requires huge investment and all those things. But whereas bamboo can be cultivated with minimum maintenance, that is another important advantage. If you go for bamboo, and no doubt it supports biodiversity, it harbors birds and other micro you can say fauna. Then it also conserves soils, it prevents soil erosion, and very important thing is that it can be used in phytoremediation. So these are all the important issue related to bamboo. So apart from that, bamboo cultivation is economically profitable in many cases. With our experience, it tells. So with this background, I would like to go for my presentation further. And when I say cultivation, so it has certain challenges. So what are the important challenges this bamboo cultivation one can face? If you are going for cultivation of bamboo, some of the important challenges that one can face. The first one is selection of appropriate species to the site condition. So normally what is happening is, people think that bamboo is jungle plant or the forest plant. It can come up anywhere or else. So it is not so in reality. So depending upon the site condition, the appropriate species has to be selected. Then once the species is selected for a particular site, another important thing is that the important challenge or the bamboo farmer as on today, a person who is going to cultivate bamboo is going to face the supply or the availability of quality planting stock. So normally what happens, many nurseries, they do provide bamboo plants, no doubt about it. But whether they are as per the requirement of the site condition is one issue, and second one is that is it a quality planting stock? Because sometimes what happens, bamboo has a very peculiar behavior. It flowers once in 40 years or once in 60 years. Sometimes the plant what you have taken from the nursery stock may flower in the next year or subsequent years. So there is going to be a great loss. So that's why the availability of quality planting stock is another important challenge what the bamboo sector is facing. Then the site preparation and plantation techniques. This is very, very important. We have different sites. The madam was mentioning about that roadside planting, then urban park planting, or even in farmer's field. So water stagnation, degraded land. So depending upon the site condition, the site preparation activities has to be properly designed, and the plantation technique have to be devised for that. So that is another important challenge. Then once the plantation is done, there are certain post-planting operations which need to be taken care properly. That is another challenge. And the economic returns from bamboo. This is the one, always people will ask, if I grow bamboo, how much money I am going to get? Then whether the cultivation of bamboo ensures the sustainability, profitable. So these are all the certain challenges which bamboo cultivation, when you are taking a bamboo cultivation, you may have to address. So first and foremost thing is that cultivation aspects. So what are the things which can come in, which one has to consider while taking up the cultivation of the bamboo? First and foremost thing is the selection of site, appropriate site, and species suitable for that site. So normally what happens, people will think that any bamboo can come up any place. No, it is not so. Suppose if the water stagnation area is water stagnated condition, if you are taking up planting in such areas, what sort of things I have to make? The appropriate site preparation. That is another important issue. Then sometimes what happens, see, if you take the India has nearly 20 agroecological regions. And if you take Karnataka itself has 10 agroclimatic zones. So these 10 agroclimatic zones, they have their, the climatic requirement and soil type and all those things are different. So appropriate species which is suitable for such sites have to be considered. Then only one can be successful in bamboo cultivation. Once the species is selected, the site is chosen, then the site preparation. Sometimes you may have to go for simple plowing of the land and you can take up the planting. Or sometimes you may have to go for, suppose if it is water stagnated condition, one has to take up drainage trenches, then one has to take up planting. So appropriate site preparation, that is very, very important. Next is planting density or spacing. So what spacing I have to plant? Suppose, for example, if the roadside planting, single line planting, what sort of spacing I have to follow? If I am going for block planting, what sort of things I have to follow? Spacing I have to follow. Suppose if I am going for mixing with agriculture crops, which is the appropriate spacing, and what should be the planting density? So this is another important issue which need to be considered. Then the fertilizer application, because most of the sites, as I mentioned earlier, they are degraded sites. So to ensure better growth of bamboo, so nutritional management is very, very important. For that purpose, fertilizer application or manuring is must. How in what way it has to be done? So that is another important issue that needs to be considered while cultivation of bamboo. Next is irrigation. Bamboo require irrigation. So in certain places, especially in drier areas, in such places, what sort of irrigation to be given? How many liters of water should be given? Whether should I go for flood irrigation or should I go for drip irrigation or should I go for sprinkler irrigation or some other method of irrigation? Then another important thing is that in the initial years, bamboo plants are likely to be suppressed by the weed growth. So appropriate weeding operations has to be taken. Then clump management is another important issue, because once the bamboo, many shoots will be produced in bamboo clump, and then the management, appropriate management activities have to be taken, like maybe thinning, pruning, or cleaning operations have to be carried out in order to have the healthy clumps. Then once the bamboo clumps are ready for harvest, which is the appropriate harvesting method that needs to be taken in order to ensure that only mature bamboo is harvested. Then the protection of bamboo, clumps. So for example, maybe protection from fire, or protection from wild animals, or protection from, domestic animals, browsing animals, how it has to be done. So these are all the important issues that need to be considered while taking up bamboo cultivation. So after knowing that, what are the things that need to be considered, or that need to be considered while cultivating the bamboo? Which are the suitable species which are suitable for in and around urban areas in the state of Karnataka? So I have shortlisted 12 species. Few more may be added in due course of time. So some of the important species are Dendrocalamus toxi, Dendrocalamus asper, Dendrocalamus brandisi, Thyrostachys oliveri, Bambusa tulda, Guadua angustifolia, Bambusa pulcova, then Dendrocalamus latiflorus, Bambusa nutans, Dendrocalamus hamiltoni, Bambusa multiplex, and Ochlandra scriptoria. So these are all the important species which can be cultivated. Especially I go for in urban area, depending upon the situation, we have to select the species. Maybe the selection or the option of these 12 species can meet the plantation requirement of both urban and rural area, or even in agroforestry, in and around urban area. So these are all some of the species. This is the Dendrocalamus toxi. You can see that the pole is measuring around 40 feet length. So the one you can see in the below, the two people are carrying that, and this is a solid bamboo. So this can be cultivated in most of the agroclimatic regions of Karnataka. Then this is Dendrocalamus brandisi, another important species. This can be cultivated in and around in urban areas, especially in tropical humid region, or the zone number 9, that is and coastal area, as well as in the Malnad areas, or even semi-Malnad areas where assured irrigation is there. Then as per this bamboo, the shoots are edible, and this is also useful for construction purpose. This can also be planted in Karnataka. And this is the one, Thyrostachys oliveri. This is very, very important bamboo. So this is also solid bamboo, and it can grow up to 20-25 feet in height. This can be planted in urban area. Then Bambusa tulda, this has a lot of industry applications. This is another species, which can be cultivated in Karnataka. This is Guadua angustifolia. So it is said that this bamboo is very strong, and it is on par with steel. So, and it is interesting fact about this is it is cylindrical, whereas other bamboo species, they are having some sort of tapering. This one, compared to them, this is more cylindrical, and this has very good, strength, weight bearing capacity, and this can be used in construction purpose and other industrial applications. So this is another one, Dendrocalamus latiflorus. This is also important species. This can also be cultivated in the region. And this is Hamiltoni and Bambusa nutans. These two are also having industrial applications. They can be cultivated. And the last one, they are the Bambusa multiplex, and the right one is Ochlandra scriptoria. As you are aware that this Bambusa multiplex can be can be planted in parks and it can be maintained like a hedge. In fact, one of my friend who has planted in Coorg, he has maintained so nicely. Somehow I was unable to get his photograph, but this photograph I got it from Uravu, and the right side what you see is Aucklandra Victoria, that is straw bamboo. This can be used as straw in place of plastic straw. So these are all some of the important species which I have shortlisted for the urban and areas in and around urban area in Karnataka. So bamboo in urban areas where we can plant. So the bamboo can be planted in urban parks, then fencing. Now, wherever, if you require fencing, one can go for fencing, bamboo thick, close bamboo spacing, and bamboo can be planted. Tank bunds or lake bunds, then backyards of somebody's house, if they are having space, then bamboo plantation screens around the buildings. This is another important concept. Nowadays, in order to avoid dust pollution, people are cultivating trees, but it is not only avoiding dust pollution. If you plant bamboo, this can act as a screen so that the disturbances can be minimized to the inhabitants of these buildings. So some small species like Aucklandra scriptoria can be planted on terraces with assured water, so that straw and all those things can be obtained from that. So species selection, because just I wanted to highlight this, the locality factors is very, very important. Though you may say that the growth is good, but they are all, they have some issues related to this because the wrong choice of species. You can see that with the cross mark, and another with photograph without cross mark, they are very good, and the growth is very good because the selection of appropriate species for a particular location. So depending upon the bamboo can be cultivated as an agroforestry component, and depending upon the spacing, it can be cultivated in different way, because where the bamboo can be cultivated. So this is another important issue which I need to address the audience. So it can be cultivated along with agricultural crops. You can see the photographs. It has been cultivated with turmeric and Alpinia galanga, both are medicinal plants. Then even vegetables can be cultivated between the interspace between the rows of bamboo. Then this intercropping is also helpful for the bamboo growth in the near future. Then these are all the glimpses of some of the agroforestry activities along with bamboo. One can see this and see these are all the some of the agroforestry models which were developed by us. Then this is with respect to yearly returns. If you are taking up on per acre basis, or if you are taking up on per clump basis, how much returns you can expect after certain periods of time. And the sustainability and the profitability which I was mentioning about that. So definitely it has faster growth. It can be harvested once in after 3 to 5 years of planting. Then it will be regular for next 30 to 40 years. It has very good influence on the ecosystem and the environment. Soil erosion, preventing soil erosion, improves soil health. It also sequesters carbon dioxide efficiency. Then efficiently, then it contributes carbon reduction efforts. Then resource efficiency, bamboo can be harvested annually. So it offers continuous reliable supply of raw material, so which ensures sustainability. Then definitely it is economically viable with the when compared to the agriculture crops. This is in brief about my presentation about bamboo plantation. I end my presentation with a quote that grow more bamboo for better future. Oxygen requirement of one person can be met by one bamboo clump. Thank you. If you have anything to be deliberated, so you can ask me the question.
Rishika?
Thank you, sir.
You can stop. Thank you. Yeah, Rishika.
Thank you, sir, for such a great. It was great hearing you both, ma'am and sir.
Sir. Hello, sir.
Now I
Professor, sir.
open the floor for the questions
Hello.
from the audience.
Yeah.
Please
Sir, this is
unmute yourself
Ramchandra
and
Bhatt.
ask your questions briefly.
86%
Sir,
IT.
Professor.
45 అవ్వాలి ఎంసెట్ సిబిఐటి ఐటి వచ్చినాము
Hello.
Sir,
ఎన్ఆర్ఐ కోట
sir, can you,
Excuse me, can you? Yes,
Sir.
thank you so much.
One can speak at a time.
You can
Yeah,
unmute yourself
sir.
and ask the question. You can also put your video on. That will be good for us.
video on, madam.
Yeah.
Sir, how do we prevent fires from a bamboo farm?
Sir, if you are having farm, so you can give spacing, and that the given spacing the interspace between the bamboo rows should be kept clean so that the fire will not spread from one place to another place. That is point number one. Second is, suppose if you have the irrigation facility, if you can go for irrigation, so definitely the spread of fire will not be there, because most of the bamboo litters will be wet or moistened, so that there will not be the scope for fire incidents to take place.
Sir,
Sir, excuse me. Yes.
excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Please.
can you explain which are the variety species we have mentioned are edible or which are not edible?
Okay.
The young shoots. Yeah.
Okay. Dendrocalamus asper is the one where the shoots can be edible. Okay. And
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
similarly, Bambusa nutans also shoots can be edible. Dendrocalamus hamiltoni also shoots can be edible. Dendrocalamus brandeisi also shoots can be edible. But except asper, other shoots, if you get the tender shoots, they have to be cut and they have to be soaked in water at least for 6 to 8 hours, and then only the water has to be decanted twice or thrice. Then it can be used for culinary purpose or preparing any dishes or the things. Thank you, sir.
Sir, when it has to be cut, when from ground, how much it has to be grown? I mean, how much height it has to attain?
So definitely it depends on the species. It depends on the species. Normally,
Brandeisi?
when the shoot is say around 3 to 4 feet height. Suppose if you are taking the
Yes.
Dendrocalamus brandeisi or Dendrocalamus asper,
Yes, sir.
so you can harvest that. So you'll be getting roughly 2 to 3 kilograms of that bamboo shoot.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, how we can prevent, protect it from monkeys and these wild animals?
It's a very good question. Monkey menace is a very serious thing. See, they are, our, we can say they are all our ancestors, we can say. And, they are, very clever animal. So the best way is human, vigilance. Or you can go for, there are in certain areas, they have gone for mesh, so which can prevent the entry of monkeys. So depending upon the situation, that has to be devised. So definitely we cannot prevent them by putting fence or by putting, trench or whatever may be that. So other wild animals, there are certain, wild animals like deers or, sambar. So you can protect them by fencing or even by trenching. But whereas for this monkey, it is, situation, you have to adopt as per the situation or as per the condition of the field. You have to devise the method.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rishika, would you like to just read the questions from the chat box? There's some questions in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, my question to you is why government is not promoting sustainable housing in rural areas? They are giving loans for incentives for concrete housing.
That's a very good question. I think I have been trying to move it on every platform, and I'm also taking it with the Bureau of Indian Standards to put this in National Building Code 1, and also in the policy where bamboo and mud houses are still put in the category of kacha houses, which is very wrong, because I think we all know that bamboo and mud houses can last at least 4 times longer than the concrete houses. We all know that very well. And that needs to be actually brought into policy. And that we need everyone's support and effort to do it together. I'm on it for quite some time, and I'm hoping that in my lifetime I'll be able to do this job. This will have to be run through, because it's what happens, the rural housing and even housing for the poor is actually a political question, because that's a vote bank. And that is something which really needs to be very sensitively addressed, but it needs to be done. Because mud houses, bamboo houses definitely go more than 100 years and 200 years, whereas we all know that cement and steel houses between 60 to 70, 40 to 70 actually max. That's the life of a building. So it definitely lasts much more. So we have to also get it into the census as a pakka house. And that is something which needs to be done. I hope I have answered your question.
Just I expect you to promote it in Niti Aayog, since you are being in Niti Aayog. So please push these issues.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
a
we are definitely.
sustainable housing
I'm
can be
definitely
promoted.
pushing it, and I'm not being liked for it, because the moment you try to say, and especially round bamboo houses, nobody wants to promote this. Everyone wants industrialized products to be used in the bamboo houses, which cannot be the norm, for the common public in the whole of the developing world and global south. That cannot be the way. And because the moment you process bamboo, it becomes expensive. It also becomes energy intensive and things like that, which make it beyond the reach of a common man. For example, the bamboo wood is almost like more than teak wood in the market, and nobody can use it because of that. So these are many other, these are some scenarios. And then so round bamboo houses, I'm trying to even push it in the international code for bamboo, and also in the Indian national code that we have, building code. And there also, I'm regularly trying to push round bamboo for structural and other uses. By the time we have the codes, it might be a little late. So what we are trying to do, I'm trying to work with them to come out with a guideline in the beginning first, and then slowly absorb it with all the tests and all that, so that it can come into the code for a period of time. So that's the step that I have taken and I'm doing.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, and best wishes for your efforts. And we wish you promote it further.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
On the issue of acceptability of bamboo housing, including the round forms, I think one major issue would be to increase the acceptability by the professionals themselves.
Yes.
You're one of them, and you need to promote it through the various bodies that you have at your disposal, and encourage, lobbying for greater awareness, and which will lead to slowly to more acceptability, more visibility, and eventually, as you say, getting the BIS and the building codes. That I would say is a very important thing, because whatever you had done so far, there is still a feeling that this is still poor man's timber. the buildings are kacha and that kind of thing,
Yeah.
which needs to be overcome. And that would lead to a better scenario where bamboo will be accepted at least by a few of these well-known architects like yourself. Thank you.
Actually, Mr. Muralidharan, there is one big problem issue in this whole bamboo building sector. The bamboo building, when they say bamboo building, they think it has to be made of all bamboo, which is very wrong. And I have been against this since the beginning. They might look very nice when there's a resort and you are building at 8,000, 10,000 rupees a square feet, and it's all bamboo. And then every year you maintain it and it's very intensive, but they look very good in the photographs. And people are taking advantage of that fact to produce this fancy only bamboo building. So bamboo building means all bamboo. That's absolutely wrong. When we want to promote bamboo for mainstreaming, it has to be part of one of the materials on your palette, on the designer's palette or architect's palette, which they can use for its engineering qualities, not for fashion all the time, because then it actually doesn't serve the purpose. So what is happening right now in the market, bamboo is either for jhukki jhopdi, like that, or it is for 5-star deluxe kind of resorts, which is not where the common man lives or common man's requirements are, or the mass housing is. And this is something people like us who are trying to do it in a building where it's a composite building. So you have a composite building where there's mud, there's lime, there's bamboo, there's stone, other natural materials, many of them are there. And they look very good actually. But somehow that does not get as much attention as the all bamboo, kind of a thing, which is not right. Even climatically, it will not survive. So you will need a lot of money to maintain them. But unfortunately, they are the people who have a lot of money to put in social media and making videos and expensive videos. I do not want to name the organizations, but that's how things are. And they think they are doing a big service to bamboo. I'm sorry, this is absolutely wrong. This is not the way. We should be able to make schools where bamboo can be. That's why if you see in my presentation, I said 30% bamboo. If I'm able to put in the building in some way or the other, I'm good. It should not be all bamboo. It should not, it cannot be. Because everywhere in India or in the south, in the whole global south or wherever bamboo grows, you can't live in all bamboo houses. That's not the point. And that's where it gets like you are literally shooting a problem in his foot. And so that's why that is another thing which is our efforts get shot at because of that, because these buildings don't look so good, but that building looks so elegant. But nobody knows that the person who is putting it, they're charging 10,000 rupees a square feet. You tell me who will build that? Who will build that? And who will maintain that? All those, bamboo, Bali buildings that you see, every year they do the painting and every third year they change the roof. And that's exorbitant. And the Bali buildings, if I tell you, the prices are around 20,000 rupees a square feet. In India, nobody will give you 2,000 rupees square feet for bamboo buildings. So it's very difficult. Everyone wants the Bali kind of buildings, and that's being promoted. You are enticed with that, which cannot be achieved with this kind of money, and it's not right. And so that is something where I have a lot of people who I think are not going to like me for this, but this is how things are.
No, madam, you brought out a very important aspect of it. If you can leave bamboo-themed resorts and a few buildings, which are quite okay, but you brought out the fact that the cost per square feet of these buildings are not affordable by anybody, which is going to spread a message that you need to use all kinds of things like engineered bamboo is something which many people may not be aware. Many people talk about the Bangalore airport, not realizing that it is
10 times cost, 10
Yes.
times, because I'm the material expert for Bangalore airport, and SOM, that architects, they had contacted me. And then I had told them to use bamboo, from India. And probably Indian people or whatever, they probably did not, I think they must have had a problem about the fire grading of round bamboo or raw bamboo. And so industrial bamboo has got a fire rating. But then you could actually make those splits and do a fire rating of that here and give. You don't always need to pulverize and things like that and make bamboo, this thing out of that. And then the bamboo, that's not bamboo at all afterwards. That's the whole problem. And people don't realize that it's very difficult to, do this. So this is the thing. And even
Ma'am, one more question.
yeah, please.
May I?
Yeah.
As you have recommended 30% use in the composite housing, so where you will be recommending this as a reinforcement, and which portion of the housing you will be recommending it?
See, we can do columns with it. We can do floor beams with it. We can do window shutters, door shutters, because the one Ipriti IWST, that the thing that they have produced, that ply, that's very good and it's not very expensive, and it's very durable. That can be actually definitely used, and it can be done for furniture. It can be done for your basic interiors. It can be used for all those kind of things.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So in a slab, it can be used as a reinforcement?
I have used in my office and it's working fine for last 11 years.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'm sure it can be used, and there are many people who have used it. For small size housing, definitely it can be used. But when I say small size housing, the similar thing happens in a multi-storied building. See, when you have a column-based structure, and then you are trying to do the floor beams, in between beams, you can easily do that with bamboo. Because then your span is just about 10 feet by 12 feet or 12 feet by 12 feet. And that can easily be used, I mean, that is how things are. I mean, so it can easily be used for that. It can be used for walling. You can have bamboo-crete walling, and it takes only 2 inches of space, but it gives you a 9-inch advantage of a 9-inch brick wall. That's the strength that it has, and your cost is around half. So that's another, and it's lighter. So for multi-storied building, it can also be used for walling, and they can be produced as a panel, and then they can be transported to the site, and they can be just put in place. They are much lighter than the other counterparts. So there are various ways it can actually be used.
Okay, thank you. And any specific species which is to be used, or the local available species can be used?
See, last 25 years, I've been using bamboo from the Bamboo Bazaar. And my colleague, Gurdiar Saran, he has been taking it, and mostly we have been getting Balkua, I would say, Bambosa bambos, Strictus, Stocksai we have started using lately. And that is not available in Bangalore. So our projects which we did in Agra or in Madhya Pradesh, we have used it in those areas because those areas were closer to that place. We tried not to get bamboo from a long distance. And wherever we try to do, we try to keep the radius smaller and then grow slowly in case we don't get the bamboo required. But generally, we never, first itself, I have to order bamboo from Assam. I have never done that in my whole career of 25 years. And my buildings are standing very well for last 25 years, many of them. So that's how I actually work.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks.
Yeah, Rishika, any other particular question from the chat box?
Most of the questions being covered.
If anyone has any more questions, Dr. Ramkrishna, I think, can anyone? Dr. Ramkrishna, can you also tell us, suppose we have a eucalyptus plantation and we want to now start planting bamboo out there. How do we go about it? I mean, just a small question, specific question.
Okay,
but yeah.
So that depends on the spacing, what the eucalyptus plantation is. Okay, suppose if you have wider spacing, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
So if you have wider spacing in between the rows, you can plant, and gradually you can take up the eucalyptus without disturbing the bamboo plants. So once the canopy closes, so that can also be done, because already the eucalyptus trees must have been very tall, So no problem. Even with eucalyptus, bamboo can come. No issue, because last week only I was traveling, and in the eucalyptus plantation, which was having 4 meter by 2 meter spacing, the bamboo is being coming up very nicely in that area. And I
Oh.
was also surprised to see.
Okay, okay. So if we have the eucalyptus plantation which is already mature, and
Yeah.
then we are now doing bamboo, because this kind of scenario is very common in Karnataka and everywhere where lots of eucalyptus plantations are there, and that's why the question, like how to go about it.
No, you want see, without if the large plantations also, there no problem. If there is interspace,
Okay.
because bamboo require a lot of space in the long run. So if you have appropriate space, say if the spacing is say 4 meter by 2 meter or something, it can be cultivated. No problem.
Okay,
So
I think, yeah.
Lincoln system of planting, one can follow that, and without much difficulty, one can extract that also. It is not going to harm the bamboo plant growth.
No, so tomorrow if I want to extract the eucalyptus, it will become difficult because the bamboo would have grown, then there will be no space, right?
So, madam, I have already told you that depends on the spacing.
Okay.
What spacing the eucalyptus is.
Okay. Thank you. I think Mr. Govind wants to ask a question. Mr. Govind, you can unmute yourself and ask the question. You can unmute yourself, Mr. Govind. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm basically from Solapur, Maharashtra.
Yes, we can hear you.
And I'm into bamboo textile items. I just wanted to put a point that focus has to also been taken into developments for bamboo, which is being utilized for bamboo fiber yarn.
Yeah. Yes.
So, I mean, there's the biggest shortfall of the country presently, wherein there's a huge potential for bamboo end products, with the known facts that very few species are there, but I don't see a lot of R&D being done or focus being done on that. It's a long battle, but things should start somewhere.
Sir, can I respond to you, sir?
Yeah, sir. You only, sir. Dr.
Sir, definitely, no, we can do that, provided there should be support for funding on the R&D activities. So maybe industrialists, if they join the hand, so definitely we can do it.
Sir, I'm ready for that.
Thank you, sir. Definitely, if you can take my number, and definitely, because we have certain species which are very low in silica content.
Yeah.
We identified, only thing is that we have to take up the work.
Right.
Okay, sir. Can you note down my number, sir?
Yes, please.
I will. You can in the chat box. Okay, 944. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, you can take it. 944.
944 831 2978.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
You got your person, and you got your person for this thing. I think that's a very important sector, Mr. Govind, because we all know how much pesticides actually go in manufacturing of cotton, and is one of highly polluting industries that we know about in growing cotton. I know cotton is considered natural fiber, but that is something which is it's a very big issue, and bamboo fiber can I think bridge that gap. I think that's a very good.
Thank you so much.
I think somebody is asking for, sir, your number on chat box also. Rishika, Satyam, can you just put that in the chat box, Dr. Ramakrishna's number?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And another thing which I wanted to inform you that I'll be available on telephonic conversation on all working days between 5:30 to 6:30 evening, exclusively for bamboo cultivation and all those issues, to deliberate on that issues.
Yeah, very good. I think we have a question, not a question. I think something in Maharashtra from Mr. Madhusudan. In Maharashtra, like Nagpur and Chandrapur, most polluted due to thermal power station and coal mines. Please share your mobile number where we can take help to promote in our areas. I think we can do plantation there, Mr. Ramakrishna, for polluted places out there.
So definitely it can be done, no doubt. But some efforts are being made in Nagpur area. Already the people have taken up that activity.
Okay.
So I think Nagpur, there is one Dr. Vijay Indorkar, he was mentioning few days back, they have taken up the activities there. Maybe, so they can be approached. The local agriculture university professor is there in the agriculture university, so he can be approached.
Okay, so there's one more question about how bamboo replaces plastic. So actually bamboo can replace plastic in so many ways, even from kitchen utensils to spoons to chopping boards, to so many, so many ways actually. So it's a very, even your toothbrush, our Bamboo India champion, he has really revolutionized the bamboo toothbrush. I think that's a very, similarly like that, there's so many products which can actually be replaced. Plastic things can be replaced with bamboo. There's a whole lot of products actually. I mean, we can always share in case you want, but there's lots of, I think you can Google and you can find many such these things, products. Any other question by anybody?
Madam, there are two questions which are related to me.
Okay, please.
One is whether bamboo and mahogany can be cultivated together.
Yeah.
Okay. May I know? I think it is Shweta Jain. The name is appearing like that. Madam, just I would like to tell you that
Yes, sir.
that depends on the spacing. So
Okay.
what spacing you have given for the mahogany, and if you can discuss or if you can show me such things, information, so I can tell you whether that can be taken or not. So it is better, I think you can contact me between the, I have already told you the timing between 5:30 to 6:30.
Yes, sir. Sure. Yes.
Please.
Yeah, I'll contact you, sir. Thank you very much.
Then another question is from Rajendra Jagtap. Can we use bamboo as a buffer zone at solid waste processing site? Definitely it can be used, sir. It can be planted.
Sir, but the leaves which are falling will create any hazard, or it will be useful? Because lot of leaves fall is there continuously in bamboo.
Yeah, so definitely, sir. So definitely, definitely that may attract fire. But if you take some fire protection measures which I have mentioned earlier, it can be taken. Suppose in the as buffer zone, because the objective is you may have to avoid smell, or you may have to avoid wind blow and all those things. Bamboo could be one of the best option to prevent wind and other issues to that area. It can be taken, sir. No problem, sir.
Which species you would recommend, sir?
Sir, not single species. Here you have to go for multiple species. I have already told you some short stature bamboo like multiplex, bambusa multiplex, or even Oclandra. It can also be taken with some irrigation. Then you may have to go for some tall species also. Of course, that depends on the site condition again, because I cannot blindly recommend the species. So depending upon the site condition, we have to select.
Ramakrishna, there is one question for you. Sorry. Yeah, please, sir. How to earn 5 lakh per year by growing bamboo?
5 lakh per year.
Yeah.
No, it is very
By
difficult.
one, Mr. Suresh.
I don't know. I won't give that sort of what to say is exaggerated figure. So let us be humble. So let us say maybe 10% of that 5 lakh. Let us start with that. So let us see.
He didn't say per acre. He said per year.
Yeah, per acre, per year, one can think of even up to, one can get even up to 1.2 lakhs
So
after
maybe if
10
he does
years of
4 acre,
planting.
if he does 4 acres, he may be able to earn 5
Yeah,
lakhs.
yeah, but so he might be thinking that from 1 acre.
It's not written 1 acre. It's just written how to earn 5 lakh per year by growing bamboo. So I think you are safe to say that, I suppose. Okay, so he's also asking if there is any, Ms. Sweta Jain is asking, is there any online platform where we can sell bamboo? I don't know of anything.
Right now, I don't have much idea on that.
One Mr. Ranganathan from Bamboo Society of India
No, he
was
said,
doing
but
some work
I
on
don't know
that, but
whether
I'm not sure.
I don't know whether has he launched that because he
No,
was
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. But he can always be contacted. I think in the Bamboo Society of India group, he's there and he can be contacted on that. Okay. And there is one another one in a park in our area. One Mr. Ganit. So many bamboo trees are there. We are trimming and throwing it. How it can be utilized? Is there any organization who can make use of it? You can give it to us. We use it for our workshops, and we take lot of construction debris and other things. If you can transport it to us, we'll be most happy to take it.
Sure, ma'am. We'll do, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So how to contact, ma'am? Like,
You have our mail ID now, no? Are you have registered for this thing, right?
yeah, ma'am.
Yeah,
I'll
so
check.
yeah, so Satyam, can you put our mail ID in the chat box so that they can always put it there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
There is one thing about the fire, this thing in the design, I think they have talked about housing or a building. How to prevent fire, that is also an important part of the design. Is that about building they are asking or plantation? This is from Tapovan Farms, maybe for you.
Yeah, I have answered his question.
Okay, okay. So for buildings, actually, I think too, maybe you are surprised, you will be surprised. Bamboo buildings, they actually don't catch fire. It's a wrong notion. Only if you use absolutely dry bamboo and you put very, very, extreme condition, bamboo doesn't catch fire. We put bamboo in the construction, which has got around 18 to 20% moisture. And we trap that moisture inside bamboo with the general coating that we do even for wood. Because see, using bamboo, using wood, you use a lot of wood in your interiors. And you don't think that will catch fire. But when the moment we talk about bamboo in the building, everyone starts talking about fire immediately. So I do not know. There's not much difference actually for that matter. So that is another, but yes, we have to take care of that fire, this thing. And again, in our BIS code, we are actually trying to get a fire rating for round bamboo. We are actually working on it at the moment, and I'm hoping that within a year or two, I think they have a target for 1 or 2 years. I think next year we is supposed to come with a new building code, national building code. By that time, I hope that we will be able to have something on that for you, for the fire rating of round bamboo. Yeah, so I think with that, any other person whose questions has not been answered?
Yes, ma'am. There is one more question
Okay.
from Mr. Suresh. Can we get round bamboo house building skilled resources in Bangalore?
Get round bamboo house buildings, skilled resources in Bangalore. Yes, Mr. Suresh, we are there to help you around. You can always get back to us. We have been we don't have a big construction team because we are a NGO and I'm an architect by profession otherwise, but we can definitely get it done for you. That's not a problem. I mean, our people can do it, and with that, we can work out how to work about it. But we have been doing buildings. I am basically an architect, and when I started in '99, I was the only architect in India probably who was doing buildings with bamboo in the not for the government end of the March projects, but actually in the market. And that is, and now if you can see, I think even in India, we have more than 100 architects in one way or the other who are doing buildings. So we can definitely do it for you. And we have done all kinds of buildings, not just buildings. I have done We have done conference halls, we have done schools, we have done creche, we have done bridges. And these we have done not now, we have done it long, long back, and they're all surviving. So this is, we are very confident that we can actually do it for you. Yes. Yeah, Satyam, any other question? It's a rule of National Bamboo Mission, Government of India. I'm yet to ascertain and I'm yet to know. Maybe Dr. Ramakrishna Hegde can say something about it. Role of National
Pardon?
Bamboo Mission. Role of National Bamboo Mission.
No, National Bamboo Mission is working as a bamboo cultivation promoting, bamboo cultivation, marketing and processing and product development, promoting agency. It is supporting it at its level, but state bamboo missions, they have to implement that. They'll be giving, financial assistance to state bamboo mission. So respective state bamboo mission, they have a proportions, the share. National bamboo mission, they'll be giving some share and state has to add some more, and respective states, they have to implement. So in certain states, it is being done to certain extent. In some states, that is not being properly,
Yes.
handled.
Yeah.
So only I can say this much.
Yeah, there's one more question from Dr. S.P. Anshul. Excellent events plan. Thank you so much, sir. Nowadays, volumetric construction is going to be common now. Can you please unmute yourself? SM M346B.
Sorry. ನಾನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ದನ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ರೈಟ್
Mute him, Rishika. Yeah. Prefabricated this. So is it possible to have small pre-engineered bamboo houses like farmhouses, etc.? Definitely, sir. We did our first prefab house in 2003, and we have exported it to Rome. Let me tell you, and the house is very well, in that climate. It is 60 kilometers out of Rome, and we have done many prefabricated toilets. We called it Flexi Sandshell. We also were shortlisted for the Red Dot Design Award for that. We have done prefabricated bridges, small bridges, which can be used in parks and other things. We have prototyped several kinds of these kind of products, and bus shelter, and many such kind of things, so which can be done. We have done utes, which can be used for different kinds of, your melas and things where we should not be doing concrete constructions and things like that, where this can be opened up and brought, again, like even for disaster management, all this can be used. Talking about permanent buildings, as I said earlier, we can have these walling systems. We can have these bamboos, which can be actually made into systems of beams, clumps of bamboo made into systems of beam and things like that. And they can be definitely standardized and put in the market for prefabricated construction. I hope I have answered your question. And we'll be very happy to work further, in case you have any queries and you have any projects, we'll be very happy to work with you. Yeah. Okay. Any other? Plastic straws, yeah, bamboo straws are there. And the other straws are not necessarily all the time. So I think Dr. Ramakrishna already talked about a bamboo species which can be used as a straw. And there are some other people also, they are using some, they have some other straws that they have been trying to make. I think plastic straws need not be there. And half the time I feel that you can drink your drink without a straw. It's much better rather than using a straw all the time. I don't know from where that has come. Sorry to be in a public platform, but sorry to be talking like that. You have a glass, and why do you need a straw to drink your drink from the glass? I mean, you can just drink it just like that. It's Sorry. I think we will wrap up. Anyone else? Yeah, Satyam, can you share the quickly our dates, registration dates, and the event one more time for everyone's convenience for registration?
Yes, ma'am. So these are the important dates for the Bamboo Hubba 24. I'll mark them quickly. Firstly is the Eco Adoption Day, which is the main event, which is on 14th and 15th of September 2024. Then we have the exhibition where you can exhibit your products and on a larger scale and to a bigger audience. And it is on 14th and 15th of September. The timing for exhibition is 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And the last registration for getting the stall, last date for it is 10th of September 2024. And the next is Food Fest, where you can experience food made from bamboo. And it is also on the 14th and 15th of September. Then we have fashion show, where you can just represent sustainability in style, which is also on 14th of September. And then we have music band, where you can experience the sounds of bamboo, which is on 14th of September on the main day. Then we have several competitions, painting competition and photography competition. So the last date for registration is 5th of September 2024. And it's for submitting, it's 10th of September till 6 p.m. And the results would be announced on 14th of September on the main day. And then we have workshop where you can gain the skill in bamboo construction and product making. So we have three workshops: plantation workshop, which is on 15th and 16th. And then we have product design workshop, which is a 3-day workshop, which is from 17th to 19th of September. And then we have 5-day construction workshop, which is from 20th to 24th September. The last date for registration for the workshop is also 10th of September. Thank you very much.
Rishika, you can wrap up.
Hi, Rishika. On behalf of CGBMT organizers, firstly, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our honorable guest speaker, respected dignitaries, and valued guests for the sharing insight to us. A special thanks to our audience, ladies and gentlemen, and dear students for sharing your participation, and to our backend teams for their supports. Thank you all for making this webinar working.
Thank you, Rishika.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. All of you join on a Sunday. I can't tell you how thankful I am and how grateful I am. And we are all from CGBMT. Can we all put our videos on so that we can take a photograph of all the people, enthusiastic people who have joined this webinar? Please, it's a request from everyone. Satyam, can we have a screenshot once everyone has put in their... Hello, Prashant, I can see you there. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Muralidharan. Can you have everyone put on their videos? That'll be really great to see you all. Thank you, Prakash sir. You have been a constant support, always attending all our programs. Yeah. Jasim sir also, he seems to be slightly unwell, but he joined in the beginning, but yes. Other people are not going to put, if everyone puts at one time, then we can take a screenshot easily, right? Can everyone put it quickly? Yes. Yes, yes. Can we have the other screen too? I think some people don't want to show their faces. So no problem. So I'm very happy. So happy, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you, or most of you, at our program, and do join us to take these things forward. And I have a small slogan. I think you might have heard it, but I don't know how many people would Har Har Mahadev. Each one of you is a climate warrior, and all of us have to work together to go forward. And only then we can do something about ourselves, our planet, and our children and their children and this planet. Thank you all so much, and namaskar, Jai Hind to everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ramkrishna.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Prakash sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.